Hello again, everyone. It's Ryman9189 the Doctor here to show you some more stuff in the Hyperdimension Neptunia game that I'm making. So, first of all, I'm sure you can see we've got new characters, new places, and another addition to the status thingamabob, and that is what land you're on. So as you can see, Lowee is now available, and I'm Rom. And down here, if you've looked at the main menu, you can see there's another option that's called Transform. So, that's pretty self-explanatory and also cool. And you also probably noticed that the main menu is severely diminished while you're transformed. So, that's because all of the transformed versions don't actually have dialogue or anything yet. So, there's a whole lot less that they can do. However, if we go over to switch character and become, say, Neptune, and then we go over to interact, we can see that it does remember that you've transformed, even though you've switched characters. So we can just say something to Nepgear real quick, and then we can go back to ROM and transform back. Alright, so if we quickly switch over to IF, then we can see if we go to Adventure, there's a new thing where some adventures take place at certain locations, which I think is pretty cool. So it does tell you where that adventure takes place, so that you don't have to mistake unscripted adventures with adventures that are scripted but require you to be at a certain location. Oh yes, I suppose I should show you how to travel between lands. So if we just go over to travel, we can go to transport bus, and this works as any character, so I'll just be Nepgear for demonstration purposes. We can go to the environment, we can access the land travel machinery, and head on over to Planeptune. So just to prove that it works for everyone, Neptune, land travel machinery, Lowee. Hooray, there it works. So that's about it for new stuff. I have been working quite a bit, and as I'm sure you've noticed by the fact that we're in Lowee and have ROM, there are more adventures and stuff written. So I'd just like to walk you through a bit of math. If you don't care about math, the video is going to end after this, so go ahead and stop it here. Basically, the way I'm going to talk about the math for how much dialogue there is. So, first off, we're going to talk about how many lines of dialogue a single character has just responding to other characters. So, first off, we're going to take double the number of starters per character. And that's because there has to be a good and a bad response to each of that character's starters. So, we multiply that by the number of characters minus 1, because they can't talk to themselves. And that gives us the number of lines of dialogue for a single character. Then, to get the lines of dialogue for all characters, which includes their starters as well as how they respond, we're going to take the responses per character, which we've just talked about, times the number of characters, because we only talked about a single character, plus the number of starters each character has times the number of characters there are, because we've only been talking about responses so far. And that number right there gives us the amount of lines of dialogue there are so far, which is awesome. So, I'd just like to show you a bit of math here, where since each character currently only has 2 starters, if we were to give everyone a 3rd starter, that would bring the lines of dialogue up to 24 per character and 135 total, which is a pretty big leap. Or we could have, say, a 6th character, when that brings lines of dialogue to 20 per character and 132 total. So, that's actually going to be increasing a lot over time. So say, in the future, each character might have 4 starters, and there'll be 8 characters. Yeah. It actually goes up pretty quickly. So, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be stopping work on this or anything, as Just a bit of a funny thing that I realized. So, I hope you enjoy and that you're looking forward to what I have in the future. See you later.